welcome back to the channel. I'm Joe.
I'm Orion.
And Orion, which one are we doing today?
We're doing the Studio Series Devastation Optimus Prime.
And do you know where he's from?
The Transformers Devastation game?
Yes, that's it. So when I first heard this guy was coming out, I thought he was just a Studio Series 86 Optimus without the trailer, which would have been cool, but I found out that he is not. And yeah, we're going to open him up and take a look and do some comparisons with him. So Orion, what are your first thoughts looking at him in the box?
So first thoughts looking at him in the box, he looks pretty cartoonish. Like, it does look kind of like Generation 1 Optimus, which is pretty cool. And also, it does look like an Action Master a bit.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he does have the cell shading, and he does really look very cartoony, which I guess is the point. And I think the Action Master is a pretty good call. So let's go ahead and open him up, and we will be right back. So we got him out of the package, and he comes with his action axe, and he comes with
the smokestacks.
His two smokestacks and the little wrap.
And you can put the smokestacks on like that.
Yeah, he looks so much better with them on.
Yeah, but I didn't really notice him without the smokestacks.
So, go ahead and show him. Well, what's the first thing that we noticed when we opened him up, Ryan? That he was missing.
I don't remember what.
Well, the first thing I noticed is I was looking in the pack and couldn't find his gun.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so he does not have a gun. I think this is like the first Optimus Prime in the history of Transformers that doesn't come with a gun. So, but he does look nice. He does have the axe for the swiping, just like in the game. And then, what was the other thing that you opened up? Go ahead and open it up, Orion. His chest.
It's a bit hard to open, but yeah, there's the Matrix, but it's not that good because it has no paint at all. And if you're finding it hard to get it out, you can just take out one of the smokestacks.
Okay, we can leave it in.
Yeah, but I'm gonna show it out. And then you can do that, and now it's out. And you can also have him hold it because there's these little things, and then there's a little part you can put it in for the hands, but it's really hard to show it on camera. So.
Yeah. So here, let me. So he just has these little tab slots right after his thumb, so you can slide the Matrix in there, and just a little tab. It's actually pretty easy, and it's probably one of the best ways I've seen of them having him hold the Matrix. But so they give him the holdable Matrix, but they also give him the blandest Matrix ever, which is funny because he really seems to be characterized by his vibrant color. So it's just it's interesting decisions. However, I do think he looks really good in robot mode. So Orion, do you have anything to say about him in robot mode?
No, I don't really have anything to say about him in robot mode, besides what I said in the box.
Okay, take your hands away. Well. So his axe has got a little bit of red there. So yeah, you can get it with the swishing. And again, looking at him, he's a solid Optimus Prime. You know, he doesn't have too much kibble. He's just got his little wheels in the back. But aside from that, he looks good in both modes. Obviously, the cell shading on the windshield is what makes him stand apart from everybody else, unless you have one of the other cell shaded Optimus Primes. So I dig him. I dig him. Go ahead and put the matrix in, and I'm going to pull out for comparison. Here he is with the little G1 versus Optimus. And I think you've got the Studio Series 86. So, yeah, here he is next to Studio Series, or not Studio, but G1 versus the little one. And then going up against Studio Series 86, I mean, it's night and day difference. So, but he is cool. You know, he's not going to take up too much room on your shelf. And it's just very strange not having him with a gun. But G1 versus Optimus Prime comes with 2 guns, so now he can have a little boy, this might not even fit.
Let me see.
Yeah, the gun doesn't fit.
Maybe you could fit it if you squeeze it in. Yeah, it's hard to get it to fit, but if you press hard enough, you can get it, but it'll probably pop out.
Yeah, that's strange. So it's not the standard standard fitting.
Isn't it a 5mm?
You'd think, but it seems a little bit off.
No, the standard.
Yeah, the 5mm ports. So, all right. Well, we're gonna go ahead and get him into truck mode, and we will be right back. Okay, we are back, and Ryan, that didn't take you too long, did it?
Yeah, maybe like 2 or 3 minutes.
Mm-hmm. Was it fun?
Yeah, it was a bit fun, but it was a bit quirky.
Quirky. What was the parts that were kind of hard for you?
Well, it wasn't hard. It was just a bit weird. Like the arms were a bit weird since like they didn't. It was a bit hard to get them to tab in.
Okay. Is it pretty similar to like the G1 verse?
I won't say too similar.
In the transformation, so it's different, and it's definitely way different than the Studio Series 86.
Yeah.
Okay. So that's good. I mean, if we're gonna get, you know, a 700th version of Optimus Prime, at least he's got some different transformation to him. So let's talk about the actual truck. What are your thoughts?
I think it looks kind of good. I won't say as good as Robot though, but it's still got its perks. Like it is a bit slim, but I'm gonna try and focus on the positives. So it looks pretty cool, and also the back you can store the axe, and maybe you can fit a trailer in that port it has.
Mm-hmm. So me looking at it again, the front is where it shines because of the cell shading on the windows, and it does look very cartoony. But at the same time, it does have this little gap underneath the grill. And it's got the Autobot symbol on this side, not on this side, and they didn't paint the window. So I think that little splash of paint on the corners could have helped us out. But, you know, I mean, it's a nice little truck. Here he is next to G1 verse Optimus Prime. And he's actually, even though he's bigger in robot mode, he's smaller in the truck mode. He's about the same length, but if you can see the cab is a bit smaller on Devastation Optimus. So, but again, my thoughts are, you know, we have probably over 100 Optimus Primes, and as long as we're getting something that's original, something that's a little bit different, that makes me happy. And I do think he feels that. And Devastation was a really fun game. It was really cool hearing Greg Berger back in it, and a lot of the other voice actors. So I'm happy that we got it. What about you, Orion? You think it's a good fit on the shelf?
Yeah.
Cool. On a scale of 1 to 10, where would you put it?
It's not my favorite, so maybe 4.5.
Yeah, for me, if 5 was like a dead average, yeah, I'd probably be right about the same. And Transformers have a pretty decent bar, so I mean, he's not. When I say he's just a little bit below average out of all the Transformers, that's still pretty good because they do a good job. I do like him a little bit better than the G1 verse. How about you?
I think I actually like the G1 verse a bit more.
Yeah.
It's like kind of more simple.
Yeah, but now that we've got this, the bar has just been set so high that I think everything's going to get compared to him, and they won't hold a candle to him.
If everything's compared to him, then they'd all be like twos,
Yeah.
ones or twos.
Yeah. So awesome. Well, that's it for this one. I'm Joe.
I'm Orion.
Please like, subscribe, share, comment. Anything else?
No, to roll off the tongue, it's like, subscribe, comment, and share.
Yeah,
That's
do all
how
that.
you do it.
Do all that. And thank you guys so much for the support. And we will see you guys next time.
Bye.
Bye.